Welcome back, everyone. So, some crazy news just came out about the iPhone 12s, and it's definitely not good news. And there's some people who are trying to spin it into like some type of good news way, but I honestly, each way I look at it, I really don't think this is good news at all, and I think it's pretty bad news for the iPhone 12 series. Now, this article just came out not too long ago, and it says Apple to offset costly 5G iPhone components with cheaper battery tech. Now, shout out to Apple Insider. That's where I'm reading this from. But there's been a lot of other sources from this too, and basically this article states that Ming-Chi Kuo, of all people, is saying that Apple is going to go ahead and reduce the number of rigid flex battery board layers, whatever that means, I don't even know what that means, and squeeze active cell into a smaller area to achieve an average unit price of 40% to 50% lower than iPhone 11. So these iPhone 12s could potentially be cheaper to make, much cheaper than the current iPhone 11s. And if you guys don't know, the current iPhone 11 series, 11 Pro, and I think ever since like the iPhone 10 or something like that, maybe the 10s, these iPhones have been using some type of like L-shaped battery, pretty much a curved battery. And it's not like a standard like rectangle, and because of this curved battery, they had to kind of re-engineer the inside of these parts and the inside of these phones in order for them to actually use it. And this is good because it increases the size of the battery and everything, but it was more expensive to make at the end of the day from Apple. So what they're going to do is, I guess they're going to go back to the rectangular shaped iPhone batteries, which I think is okay in and of itself, but it sounds like every single thing when I'm hearing about it, it sounds like these batteries are going to go ahead and go down even more in size. Now, apparently, these new iPhone battery sizes are going to be somewhere around this ballpark. So about 2,227, 2,775 milliamp hours, 2,815 milliamp hours, 2,815 milliamp hours, which were compared to the 3,110 milliamp hours on the iPhone 11. So apparently the bottom three iPhones, those are what the battery sizes are going to be. So that bottom iPhone 12 is going to be like that 2200. That iPhone 11 successor is going to be 2700, which is ridiculous. And then that iPhone 11 Pro successor is probably going to be 2800. I think that's what I'm getting from here. And those battery sizes are smaller than the current iPhones. And then we go ahead and look at that new upgrade one, which is going to be the iPhone 12 Pro Max or whatever. That one successor is going to have a 3687 milliamp hour battery inside of it. Now, these are estimates. We really don't know. But if that one original rumor is true, that the iPhone batteries are going away from that L-shaped battery and going to that rectangular one instead, and that is really crazy to me. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I literally get so upset with battery sizes because that is the one area where phones and just phones in general, they're never always consistent. Some years you'll have good battery lives. The next year you may have phones that have worse battery life than the year before. And I just never understood that. And it just doesn't even seem like anybody cares about that. They care so much about the performance and the camera, but the battery life is the number one thing that a lot of people, I mean, you can't use a phone if it's not powered on. And I always give this analogy. Imagine this year, Apple says, you know what? These iPhones are the best, but we made the cameras worse this year, or we put smaller cameras and you're not able to do 4K 60 this year, or the performance is worse this year, or the screens are worse, or whatever. Like, whenever something like that happens, we always get mad about it. But it's never happened before for Apple, at least for the most part. But for some reason, all phones across the board, including Samsung, OnePlus, they sometimes shrink the batteries from one generation to the other. Now, a lot of other phones in the market have done a lot better, but Apple, if this is true, that's not going to be a good look for you. I'm going to be super sad about it. The iPhone 11 Pro had a really good battery this year, and if they go down back to that 2,815, like that's the same size that the iPhone 10s had, you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Now, I do understand the software and everything is going to be better on these newer iPhones, but it still doesn't make any sense. I really hope this rumor is not true. But if it is, I mean, if they're saving that much money, it makes sense they're going to do it. But I really hope they somehow keep those same size batteries in it, at least in terms of the milliamp hours, or figure something out. I really hope that ends up being the case. But that's really pretty much it, guys. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.